Hey guys, welcome. In this video, I will show you how you can automate your Facebook ads using Facebook rules. These rules can be used to monitor your campaigns, ad sets, ads, and then automatically take predetermined action. These automated rules will save you time, save your precious advertising budget by pausing non-profitable ad campaigns, and even help you scale your campaigns effectively. This will make your life more easier as an advertiser. Okay guys, without further ado, let's get started with today's tutorial. Okay guys, so welcome back. By now you should know that I love automation a lot because it's helped me save time and as well save cost. So I'll be sharing with you in this video ways in which you can automate your Facebook adverts. Now, you might want to automate certain tags, specific tags or activities that you do often and often by yourself on your Facebook ads manager account. So if you know all of these tags, you can actually automate them. This will save you time. Okay guys, without too much talks, without wasting our time here, let's just get started with today's tutorial. So for you to set up an automation, okay, before we continue guys, please do like this video so that YouTube can show it to more people that are looking for similar solution. And if this is your first time on my channel or you are yet to subscribe to my channel, do well to hit the subscribe button below and also turn on the bell notification, because I publish valuable and premium tutorial every Thursday. So you don't want to miss this. Hit the subscribe button below and also turn on the bell notification so you get notified whenever I publish new video. Alright, so let's continue. Now, to set up your Facebook rules, all of this automation can be done through Facebook rules, through setting Facebook rules. So how do you set Facebook rules? Facebook rule can be set by you coming down here. Now look at this. Look at your dashboard. You see these three dots. Can you see? You see three dots. And if you scroll down, you see if you scroll down, you see create a new rule, manage rule. Manage rules is when you have already created some rules. You get it now? But if you are just creating the rules, then you want to what? Select this. Another way you can locate the rules is you coming here, then you scroll down. You should see. Okay, now look at it. You can also click on automated rules from here. But if you click on automated rules from here, you might not really have access to some options. Do you get it now? So let's just click select this, create a new rule. Now create your own rule by choosing its condition. Create a rule that adjusts your ad set to stop them competing against each other. So let's just go with this custom rule. Now the first thing here is for you to give your rule a name. So I'll come back to this. Okay, let's name it rule 1 for now, but we'll properly name it after we have determined the condition or what we want to actually automate using this rule. Now this particular rule so there are conditions. The way this thing works is you giving Facebook certain conditions, and when these conditions are met, you can apply the rules to either your campaign, your ad sets, or your ads. You get it now? So there are like three aspects to this rule. The first aspect is the condition. The second aspect is the action that you want to take when these conditions are met, and also the asset. The asset is where do you want these rules to be applied to? Is it the campaign? Is it the ad? Is it the ad set? Is it a certain campaign? Is it all campaigns? Do you get it now? So these are the three parts of this rules. And one more thing you guys should note is this: you can only create maximum of 100 rules per ad account. Do you get it now? You can only create just 100 rules per ad account, maximum of 100 rules per ad account, and each rule can only have one condition. Do you get it now? So let's continue. All right, so let's assume we are applying what's it called, the rule to all active campaign. Can you see? To all active campaign. Now what do you do? What's the next thing to do? Now the action. What action are we setting? So let's assume let's just look at some automation examples that we might be having. All right, so let's say we want to, now listen, we want to pause our campaign if we are no longer profitable. Do you get it now? So let's assume because there is a way you calculate your ad budget and all of that. So let's assume after creating or calculating your ad budget, you know that once you start getting, let's say, this is just an example, right? Depending on the type of campaign or product you are selling. So let's say once immediately you start getting $5 per conversion, then it means that campaign is no longer profitable. This is just an example now. I don't know how you set up your campaign or something. I'm just giving an instance now. You already know when you are not profitable. So let's assume, we are just assuming now. So let's assume once you start getting $5 per conversion, then you're no longer profitable. What do you want to do? You want to tell Facebook to, okay, please, once I start getting $10 per conversion, make sure you kill that campaign. Just turn it off. Do you get it now? So the action here can be, now we said apply this rule to all active campaigns. Action: turn the campaign off. That is the action we want to take. And before we continue, now look at this. If you are working on the campaign, can you see there is turn off campaign, turn on campaign, send notification? So you might not necessarily need to take action. You might tell it not to even take action, but notify you. So when you start spending like maybe $5, it will notify you that you see you're already spending more than $5. So if you don't want the Facebook system or machine to take the action for you, what you can do is to, okay, let me get me notified. When you are notified, then you can do whatever thing you want to do with the information that you got. Do you get it now? So that's another thing you want to consider. It might not necessarily need to take action. It might just be the system sending you a notification. Do you get it now? So let's assume we are turning off the campaign. Okay, I was trying to explain something here. So you have access to different options if you select campaign. Can you see? You can as well use this to scale. Do you get it now? You can as well use this to scale. Okay, don't worry. Let me just I'll come back to the scaling part later on. All right. So all active campaigns, you can also do for all active ad set. So you also have almost the same thing. Can you see? Increase manual bid. You can even use to increase manual bid based on certain criteria, which I will be talking about very soon. Can you see? Active ads. Now this ads level has limited. Can you see? Can only turn off, turn on, or send notification. But you see, for the campaign, you have more options. Can you see? More options. So you can actually read all of the thing you are doing here, so that you can understand the actual rules that you are setting. Can you see? Apply rule to all active campaigns. The action you want to take is turn off these campaigns when, now the condition, your rule will apply to campaigns that are active at the time the rule runs. Now, what is the condition? The condition is this. See, I want you to turn off my campaign when the cost per result is greater than, now there is greater than, smaller than. In fact, if you are a programmer, you will understand what is happening here. This is just some if condition statement. Do you get it now? If this and this is this, then do this. You get it now? This is just like an if then statement. Do you get it now? Okay, let me leave that. All right, so cost per result is greater than what? Let's say $10. This is just an example. Do you get it now? This is just what an example. Okay, let me use $7. This is just an example depending on your campaign. Can you see? So you can leave this. Now here is the thing. It is advisable. Listen, it is advisable for you to add impression. Do you get it now? With this type of condition. Now here is the reason. Let's assume you just launched your campaign. Probably you launched your campaign today. At a point in time, you might be having you might have spent even up to $7. You just launched the campaign, and what happens with newly launched campaign is they are trying to optimize. You get it now? It will take a little time before it's optimized. So in case you are not setting impression, you are just telling Facebook, you see, I want this to be turned off once I hit 5 or once I spend $7. That is not really good, because you can spend more than $7 in a day. Within some hours you might have spent $7 depending on your budget and all of that. Do you get now? In a day. But what will nullify that condition is if the impression has not been met. Impression is the number of time Facebook has shown your advert to people. Do you get it now? The number of times Facebook has shown your advert on a screen. That's the meaning of impression. So you want to make sure, okay, you have had many impressions. Do you get it now? You have had enough impression before Facebook tries to turn off the ad, even if your cost per result is above $7. Do you get it now? So okay, let me read what we have here. Newer campaigns, ad set and ads may have fluctuating results. Can you see? Waiting until they have more than 8,000 lifetime. Can you see? 8,000 lifetime. So once you have up to 8,000 lifetime impressions, then this condition will be what? Will be initiated. Can you see? Allows them to stabilize before your rules cost per result is greater than. So this makes a lot of sense. I hope you understand what I just explained. So you don't just want to set this cost per result to be greater than $7. So you want to ensure that, okay, you also have what's it called, your lifetime impression. Can you see? Is greater than. You can actually set yours. Okay, so can you see? So let's leave it as what? 8,000 impression, lifetime impression. So after then Facebook can do this. Now the time range. This time range is you considering the time frame in which this rule should work. Okay, are you referring to adverts or campaigns that ran yesterday, or that is currently running today, or that has run in the last 30 days, last 28 days? Can you see? So you want to put into consideration all of this. So yours could be in the last 30 days, last 28 days, depending on how you set up your campaign. Do you get it now? So let's just say in the last 7 days. Yeah, this is just an example. Do you get it now? Now schedule. This schedule, okay, do you want this rule to run continuously? If you are letting it run continuously, it will be checked like every 30 minutes. Do you get it now? Or you want it to run daily. Do you get it now? So you can set daily. This time is currently at what? 12 a.m. Lagos time, because I'm in Lagos, right? So it will be different depending on your location. Do you get it now? So you can set this rule to work. You can schedule it to work continuously, or to work in a specific period of day, can probably after each day. Do you get it now? Okay, I want it to start working 12 a.m. daily. Do you get it now? Another thing you can do is to set custom time. So I just want, now let me show you another thing you can do with this. Do you get? Okay, let me just explain this. Then you can also set custom time. So let's go back to continuous. I want to show you something else. Then when you are done, you click on what? Now this notification. Okay, where do you want the notifications to be sent to? This is when you are selecting what? Send notification. Do you get it now? So where do you want this notification to be sent to? okay, on Facebook and via email. Can you see? Then the subscriber is the owner of the account. This is actually not my account. This is just a test account that I use for tutorials. You get it now? So that's it. Then you create your campaign. Okay, so we might want to give this rule a name. When our CPC is greater than, let's say, $7. So what should happen? Turn on, turn off campaign. The reason why you should name it this way is for you to know what the rule is all about. You get it now? Because you might want to apply it in other distance. So once that is done, what do? You just click on what? Create, and that is it. So you can click on manage rules to view all of the rules that you have set, but I won't do that now. So let me just create another rule. Now another thing you want to do is this, or you might want to do. Now instead of you coming down here, coming to rules to create a new rule or manage rules, what you can do is, if you do that, you are actually referring to all of the campaigns. Let's say we are referring to campaigns now. You are probably talking, let's say we are talking about the campaign level now. You're actually referring to all of the campaigns. Do you get it now? In your ad account. But you can select a particular campaign. Do you get it now? Select a particular campaign, and this is actually a tutorial that I did on how you can set up your conversion adverts. In case you don't know how to do that, there is a tutorial on my channel. Go watch that tutorial. All right, so let's continue. So you can select the campaign, or even select multiple campaigns and create a rule for those campaigns. But let me just select one of it. You get it now? Then I'll create a new rule for this specific campaign. I'll click on next. Can you see? So another thing you want to do. So now let's look at another thing we might want to do. Now, so let's assume there is a tutorial I created that shows you how you can schedule the time in which your advert or your ad campaign should start running. Okay, you want to tell Facebook, you see, from 3 o'clock a.m. to 6 o'clock a.m. I want my advert turned off. Then I want you to turn it off, and then I want you to turn it on again once it is probably 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Do you get it now? These are certain rules that you can as well set. But here is the thing. That particular tutorial, you can actually just do that when you are using lifetime budgets. Now, most of us, or most of you, including me, we are a big fan of daily budgets, right? You are a big fan of daily budget, so you might not really want to use lifetime budget. So what you can do in that situation is to set a rule here that, you see, Facebook, turn off my campaign once it is 5 o'clock. Do you get it now? Turn it off once it is 5 o'clock. Okay, let's say once it is 2 a.m. midnight. This is just an example now. I actually explain in details on how you can use this strategy. So if you want to know how or when you should turn off or turn your campaign, go watch that tutorial on how you can increase your conversion by at least 100%. I'll drop the link in the description below. You can also visit the link you are currently seeing on your screen, or just click on the link you are seeing on the top right corner of your screen. Okay, so let's continue, guys. So that particular strategy is you analyzing your campaign to know when you get orders and when you are not getting orders, or when your campaign is giving you results and when it is not giving you results. So, but that particular strategy, you can only do it or use it when you are using the lifetime budget. So let me show you how you can actually do this using the daily budget. Do you get it now? So you can say apply this campaign to, can you see? No, we selected a new campaign, right? We selected this, not Now this is not for all active campaigns. Now we only selected a particular campaign, which is this. So it is this one campaign that is talking about, one campaign. Now what should happen? You want to turn off your campaign. This is just an example, right? You want to turn up your campaign. Now what we are doing now is we don't necessarily need to set any condition, because you just want to turn off and turn on a campaign when it is a particular period of time. Do you get it now? So you can just take this out just for this particular example now. Do you get it now? So we are not setting any condition. Time range, you can leave it as maximum. That is, that would take into consideration all of the available time. Do you get it now? Then schedule. Now this schedule, you now select custom. Now let's say, okay, on Monday. Now let's say Monday. Monday is usually a busy time, right? People are preparing to go to work. Where I stay, Lagos, there is a lot of traffic. So one more thing is, if you are targeting Lagosians too, do you get it now? Lagosians, they are held up in traffic, moving to work and all of that. So you might just want to skip the morning, like from probably 7 o'clock to maybe 9-10 o'clock. This is just an example, right? So you just set this rule that, okay, on Monday I want this advert turned off from 7 a.m. to, this is just an example, guys. Do you get it now? This is just an example. Make sure you have analyzed your campaign to know your campaign data. Do you get it now? Okay, turn it off from Monday, from 7 a.m. on Monday to 9 a.m. on Monday. So your campaigns will be turned off. So if you want to do for all days, what you can do is set those. Can you see? You set for Tuesday, set for Wednesday. So this particular rule is turning off, right? So once you do that, you can as well create another rule that says, okay, once it is 10 o'clock or once it is 9:30, do you get it now? The first thing is you save this rule, right? Okay, let me save this. Let me save this. Turn off campaign. And another thing, guys, you don't want to use too much rules. Do you get it now? I'm only showing you different scenario. You don't want to use too much rules. If the rules is too much, it might affect you. Do you get it now? But there is not too much rules. So far, you are doing the right thing. Do you get it now? Turn off campaign when it is 7 a.m. So you want to carefully set these rules. I'm only giving you instances so you have an idea of what you can do with these rules. Do you get it now? So this rule will turn off campaign. What do? You just click on create. This, I'm just trying to do this just to show you. If I'm to go over everything, then trust me, to take a whole lot of time. So I can just show you few things here. So you might decide to create another rule. Let's take this off, these conditions. Now this second rule will be turn on this campaign from, the first one you said was from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. That's the rule. So you want to make sure after then it is turned on automatically as well. So you can just click on Monday. So you want to turn on the campaign from, let's say, 9 o'clock or 9:30 now. Do you get it now? Till when? Till whenever. What will be the next day? Let's say 6 o'clock a.m. Do you get it now? Or if not 6 a.m., it could be another day, probably till 1 a.m. or something, or 12 a.m. Depends on you. Do you get it now? So guys, that's just it. Then you click on save, and that is it. So let's look at another rule. I'm just trying to give you some instances. Okay, now let's assume you are testing new creative. And here is the thing: when you are testing new creative, what you are looking for aside the creative that brings in the most results, what you might be looking for, the metric you might be looking at again is the word CTR link click. True or true. So you might not be using the the results that is bringing. There are some creative, they might not necessarily bring in results probably in the first day of launch, like bring many results. So probably you have 3 creative that is performing the same way. What you can use to know the best creative is to look at the CTR link metric. So how do you set this through? How do you set through? So let's assume, okay, we have about 3 adverts. Do you get now? We have about 3 adverts that is running, or 3 assets that is running with different creative. So probably you are testing new creative, right? You are testing new creative. So you want to tell Facebook that, okay, once my CTR is less than this said percentage, I want you to turn off the advert. So let's do it this way. So you want to apply this to it could be to a campaign, or let's assume, okay, let me cancel this. So let's assume we want to apply this to advert, right? So you can just come to the ad section and you select all of the adverts. You get it now? Select all of the adverts that you want this rule to apply to, then click on create a new rule, and click on next. So we are applying this rule to how many adverts? 2 ads. So you want this, what's the action that you want to carry out? The action is for Facebook to turn off the ads. If now the condition now, if, so what is the if here? If the CTR link, there is CTR and there is CTR link. CTR link is the click-through rate when people click on the link in your advert. It could be the link or the the CTA button. Do you get it now? Those are the 2 things. But if you are focusing on CTR, just CTR only, then it is referring to all of the clicks on your advert. Probably when someone reacted or dropped the comment or share, all of these are also considered as clicks. Or they also click on the advert to play a video or something. All of these are recorded as clicks too as well. But we want to focus on the link click. So you are saying if this link click is less than, can you see, once your CTR link is less than 1%, then you know that particular creative is poor, like really, really poor. Do you get it now? So once it gets to 1%, trust me, it is not okay. So here is the benefit of these rules. You might not even be aware unless you keep checking your campaigns over and over again, and it is very rare to have this 1%. It's very, very rare unless your CTR link, your creative that you're using is very, very poor. Do you get it now? So you want to do something like this. All right, you want to also set lifetime impression. Do you get it now? So you don't just want to set it when the campaign starts to run. So you want to set lifetime impression is greater than, let's say, 8,000 impressions. So it must have gathered 8,000 impressions too. Do you get it now? So what I'm saying is, okay, after this advert, now here's the thing. If you are testing, now let me tell you something about testing. Although I'll be creating a tutorial on how you can test, variables to test, sequence of testing. I've said I'll create a tutorial, which I will probably next week or next 2 weeks. But let me explain something here. If you are testing some variable in your campaign, you want to test just one variable at a time. You don't want to test multiple variables. Do you get it now? So you want all of the conditions to be the same. Do you get it now? You want the conditions to be the same while testing that single variable. You don't want, okay, the condition for a particular variable to be different from the other. Do you get it now? So you want to make sure, okay, when all of these adverts has received, okay, let's say 8,000 impression, then you would take on the action. Because if you not set this impression, it will just take this action that, okay, once the CTR is less than 1%, just off the advert. And you know, Facebook might allocate more budget to certain ad creative than the other. So you want to make sure, okay, each of these has what met the 8,000 metric, the 8,000 impression metric, and it can be lesser depending on your budget and your strategy. Do you get it now? So that is that about that. So you want to do this and leave every other thing the way it is. Time range as what maximum, leave it that way. And schedule, you want, if you want this to run continuously, you can as well leave it. Then you want click on create. So what will happen? Turn off. So the name of this rule is turn off campaign adverts, or turn off ads when CTR is less. So you can decide to give it any name, just the one you understand, is less than 1%. That's it. And you will click on create. Simple. Can you see? Now let me create the last one, because guys, I cannot go, they are different. Just go through all of these things, you understand. There are many instances, many scenarios that we can create, but you know, we have limited time, right? So let me just do one more, and that will be all. Okay, before we do the next one, guys, if you are really getting value from this tutorial, do well to hit and smash the like button below, so that YouTube can show this video to more people that are looking for a similar solution. Please do like the video. All right, so now the last rule that I will show you on this tutorial is you creating a rule to, probably you want to increase your budget. You can scale gradually with this method. Okay, so you want to what? Okay, so let me apply this to all campaigns. Now what's the action? The action that I want to take is to increase our daily budget. If you are using daily budget, right, just click on increase daily budget. Can you see? Okay, I want to increase my daily budget by how many percent? This is just an example, right? Okay, by let's say 20%. Can you see? Okay, now look at this maximum daily budget cap. This is saying, okay, what is the cap that you want to put, the maximum cap that you want to give an ad set. So this ad set will not spend more than this certain amount. Can you see? You want to give a cap. So this depends on your budget, though. Depends on your budget. So let's just put $5 here. It depends on your budget. Do you get it now? So you want this action to be checked and triggered in what? Once every 12 hours or once daily. Do you get it now? Do you get it now? All right. So now these conditions. Now what's the condition that we want to set here? Don't forget what we are doing here. We want to increase our budget. Now you want to increase your budget probably when your cost per result is less than, let's assume on an average you are getting let's say on an average you are getting maybe $2 or $3 per conversion, and suddenly it dropped because your campaign is performing nice, like very well. So it dropped to, let's say, $1 per conversion or $0.5 per conversion, which is very rare depending on your offer though and your product price and all of that. So let's say okay, let's just use one for example here. Then you click on what? Add. Can you see? So once your cost per result is what? Less than $1, and don't forget cost per result can be anything. Your results that you are looking for could be for traffic, could be for what's it called, purchase and all of that. If you are into e-commerce, that is when I would advise you do this, something like this. You get it now? If you are into e-commerce, because you are looking at a very, very good event now, which is your purchase event, which is the event you're optimizing for. Do you get it now? So you just leave everything. Now this is what your daily, we actually did daily. This is for what daily budget. Do you get it now? So you want to leave it as what daily, then you will click on create. So that is it, guys. So just take your time, go over the rules. You see a lot of scenarios that you can apply. So this will save you time, and it will also make your life easier. All right, guys, I don't want to waste our time on this tutorial, so that will be the end of this particular tutorial, and I want to believe you got value from this video. If you do got value from this video, do well to like this video, drop a comment in the comment section, and also share this video with your friends, people that you think they would love to learn about this same thing. And guys, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, do well to hit the subscribe button below and also turn on the bell notification. Okay guys, that will be the end of this tutorial, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye for now.